But I mean, the con is great though. The locations kind of suck because they're hotels. Same's true for Horror Hound, but Horror Hound's disorganized bullshit.
Yeah,
but they get the best guests.
I wish more conventions would do convention centers like Scarefest.
Yeah, it might not be cheap, and maybe that's why. But I would think a hotel would be expensive too, when you're having to rent out a bunch of rooms.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think Horror Hound or Days of Dead would be able to afford a convention center before Scarefest, though.
One would think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
They're both so much bigger.
Yep, that's true.
I don't know.
So yeah, at this convention at Scarefest, the only ones I'm meeting for sure or trying to are Robert Englund, Amanda Weiss, and what's the mom's name? Blake from the first
Ronnie Blakely.
Yeah, I'm going to try and meet her too. Now, granted, not saying I don't want to meet Lisa Wilcox or, any of the others. And I'll probably meet the two Pet Cemetery people just because I have the minis. Vic and I have to be selective about these fucking things nowadays because you get off onto something and try to fill up minis and you spend a lot of money.
Yes. The only ones I know for sure I'm meeting are England, Trejo, and the Pet Cemetery guests. I'll figure out the rest later. But, I mean, Trejo and England are probably going to be about, I'm probably going to spend like $200 on them, just them two alone.
Do you have a mini for Pet Cemetery?
No, I don't. I need one.
That's sad.
I'm only going to be there on Saturday, guys.
That's the day we'll be there.
That's when we're going.
Well, good. Mick asked me to go be a part of this film, try to see if he can get me in this Fred Heads film thing, and he wants me to work with him, so I guess I'll be sitting at a table with him. But you'll see me. Shit, I'm 6'4" with a nose ring and an 80s porn stash. You can't miss me.
You should tell him to get us comped in then.
Get you what?
He should get us comped in with his tickets.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, I mean, I don't know how that whole thing is working. Like I said, Lisa knows I'm going to be there, so we'll make plans and stuff. But I mean, shit, you guys are welcome to come, do all that shit with us. And she'll probably invite Robert and Andres and everybody else. And hell, we may all end up sitting together, Like
you'll probably get to meet my stepdaughter or my stepsons and my daughters, so they'll be there with me. That's the way I do things. I like to pass the horror down.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that, sir.
Nope. Everybody at the convention was like, getting them started early, aren't you? And I'm like, yep, sure am. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, is the way I see it.
Yep.
They're like, aren't they freaked out at all? Nope. They're fine.
They love it.
They'll be all right. They love Jason. Jason's their favorite. And Isla likes Freddie, too. She said Freddie didn't beat me up. She's afraid Freddie is going to beat her up.
That's great.
I don't know why. She's not scared of Freddie killing her, just beating her up.
Yeah, she loves her some Leatherface, too.
Yes, she did. And Michael. And Pennywise. She loved Pennywise. And Hazel loved every clown she saw. It was weird.
That's good. I mean, she's not going to be scared of clowns like her mama.
That's right. Shouldn't be scared of clowns. There's no need for all that.
Clowns bring to the world.
So, Blake, I was telling Vic this, I think, and I was telling my wife this. I think, you remember how zombies were the big thing for a while?
Yes.
I think clowns are going to be the big thing for a while now.
Well,
which is not a problem.
Shit about the clowns, like people like getting beat up by gangs of clowns at night, waiting on the streets and shit. I mean,
Vic, I fucked up and looked at Facebook. Now I know who won the Mae Young Classic.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm stupid. I do stupid shit every week. I don't know what my problem is. Yeah, exactly. Fucking Eric Montgomery. God damn it.
You should just follow him.
But I like seeing his stuff most of the time.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe I just shouldn't get on Facebook. It's my own fault.
Yeah, I tell you that all the time. You don't listen.
I know. I'm stupid. What do you want from me? I drink too much.
Well, I can't argue that.
Or not enough. I'm not sure which.
Probably not enough.
All right.
Depends.
So next week, okay, Blake, so I told you I was going to throw this out to you. Remember Ray Johnson? We talked to him about the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yeah, I've talked to Ray a bunch, yeah.
He's coming on next week with his co-writer. They wrote a book about the Great Chicago Fire from 1871. So he's going to be joining us to talk about that. And to me, I know people may be thinking, why are you talking about the Great Chicago Fire? How about the fact that 300 people died in it? If that's not horrific, people burning to death. And there's ghost stories that have stemmed from it. Adam Seltzer's probably going to be joining us an hour or two next week. So there's a lot to talk about. And Blake, you're more than welcome to join us if you're interested in the Great Chicago Fire. I know I am. I'm interested in the fact that 3 big fires happened in our country that day, which, you know what I mean, is pretty bizarre, really, because they weren't connected.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll join. That's not a problem.
So, yeah, anytime, feel free. And then the week after that, we're talking Kentucky Bloodbath with Kevin M. Sullivan, which, you know, he wrote a book several years ago now about, 10 Kentucky murders, some strange Kentucky murders, one of which was like where this guy, he was in he walked into some fucking, I can't remember what it was. He walked into a store or something and killed a chick with like a broadsword. It's fucking weird. What a thing to kill somebody with.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that in a couple weeks. But, yeah, the Great Chicago Fire's next week with Ray Johnson and his co-writer. I can't remember his name offhand. So I'll give him his due, rights next week and due diligence. So you fellas have anything else you want to throw out there or talk about?
I think Blake had something grinding his gears earlier.
Yes, he did. I forgot about that. At the movie, you saw it. Let me guess, people are being assholes and bitching about stupid shit?
About the dumbest shit ever. People are raising hell that people are happy as fuck that they kept the orgy scene out where all the guys get with Bev, but they're raising hell that the homosexual encounter between Patrick Hochstetter and Henry Bowers is absent. I mean, okay. I mean, so what do you want me to say here? They're all child actors under the age of 18. What, did you want to film them doing all that weird shit? And
the orgy, too.
Body doubles, and it looked unconvincing as shit. I mean, the story, you don't need
it. Didn't
that.
need it. And you don't need an orgy either. That was the stupidest shit ever.
No, but in the book, she does it, and in the movie, you see the way they stare at her when she's in her skivvies, they're laying out for the sun. I get that.
But there was no need for all that other shit,
Yeah, and the Patrick Hochstetter hand job on Henry Bowers and then all that shit. I mean, it's in the book. There's no reason. It wasn't in the miniseries version, and neither was the big orgy scene. It wasn't in the miniseries version either. It's just a case of people wanting to find something to fucking bitch about, and it fucking pisses me off because there's so much other shit you can be focusing on. How about be happy that a horror film has broken a world record at the box office? How about be happy about that shit? How about be happy that Tim Curry said that he enjoyed Skarsgård's performance and that he is excited about it? How about all that shit? Nope, let's focus on some trivial, meaningless piece of bullshit and fucking just right off into left field about it. I'm like, look, I don't want to see underage kids involved in sexual things anywhere, internet, film, anywhere. It's not my thing. Child porn is not my deal, So
yeah.
And I know it's acting and all that other stuff. I get it, but I mean, it was complete without it being there. And I don't want to watch, even if it's acting. I don't want to be witness to that.
I was uncomfortable enough with the fucking child molester in the movie. You know what I mean? The dad.
Oh my God! People are raising hell about that. People are like,
he needed to be in there. Like I thought he should be in there, but I'm just saying that was uncomfortable. It would have been 10 times worse with some of those other scenes. But I've heard people say that the movie wasn't scary, and I'm like, that's probably because you're in your 20s or 30s. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's not scary to you. The point is, though, that people who are scared of clowns, it'll scare them. or kids who saw it like we did when we saw, it as kids, it'll scare them. No, it wasn't scary to us. We're adults. I mean, like, what?
Well, no, it was a thrill ride. It jacked up my pulse. It got my
me too.
I like that. I like when a movie can engage me. I might not be scared of it, but I'm thrilled by it.
Do you guys remember when I was talking about how Scream 4 didn't do well, and that I bet you if Scream came out in that same time period, it wouldn't do well because everybody's a bunch of cynical assholes? I think some people's reaction to this movie proves my point.
Yeah.
Not all, obviously.
It's unfortunate,
it did well.
there were people in the theater opposite, like, at the end when they said Chapter 2, they're like, huh?
What?
I'm like, you obviously didn't read the book or see the original miniseries. Yes,
I tell you, he was dead.
There's going to be a part with them as adults, and people were just freaked out. They thought it was really long. I'm like, it was actually shorter by a lot, by a big margin. The original miniseries was 190 minutes. That film we watched was only 136 minutes.
I think that's just proof that you can't please everybody. I mean, it was a great movie. Was it perfect? No, but it was really, really, really good. And it was better than I could have expected it to be.
Did you see what it got on IMDb, man?
No, I haven't looked yet.
Holy shit. Amazing.
Let's see. I'm going to look now. It, from 2017, gets a 8.1. That's pretty fucking high. The original miniseries gets a 6.9. So I'd say it did well.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't give it like a full 10, but 8.1, yeah, I'm good with that.
It was damn good. I enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, I wish I could go see it again.
Me too. I want to see it again. I probably won't see it at the theater again, but I would if I could.
I think I'll see it tomorrow.
You're taking who?
I might go see it tomorrow with Blake. The other Blake, not this Blake.
I was going to say, you can't take him. He's far away.
No, not that Blake, the other Blake.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I mean, I enjoyed it, and I think everybody should go out and see it, support horror so we can get more horror. Otherwise, studios are going to make bullshit excuses like they did for, whenever The Rings didn't do well and they decided they weren't going to do the new Friday the 13th movie because a movie that has absolutely nothing to do with it did poorly. I mean, yeah, let's give studios excuses to do things instead of not to. So get out and support it, everybody. If you have not yet, I'm sure you have, most of us. I mean, damn, I don't know too many people who haven't seen it at this point. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm happy.
No doubt about it. Well, Vic, you got anything grinding your gears, buddy?
No, not right now, man. I'm just living my life. I'm ready to go to another convention. I mean, it kind of sucks that I don't have one this weekend, but
I know, right? It feels weird.
It does. But
we need to stockpile some money before the next one.
Yeah, probably. But soon we'll be at Scarefest, and then, we got a few more conventions this year. I've already been to, 6 or 7 this year. I'm probably going to end up at like 10 before the year's over. That's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how I do it or why I did it, but it's been fun. It's been a fun year.
For the love of the convention.
Yeah.
For sure.
Plus, every time you finish one thing, you got another thing to finish. Like, you finish your Friday the 13th Part 2 poster, basically. I mean, someday you may see somebody else that you can meet from it, but, I mean, for the most part, it's done.
Mine is all I need, really. That's all I care about now.
Yeah. I can't think of any others that are actually alive that you need to meet.
Yep.
Jason's lady legs.
There you go.
And the cop. The cop, too.
Yeah, the cop. So it's almost there, man. It's almost there.
Yeah.
It's pretty much complete. There. Along with my Chainsaw 3 and my Chainsaw 2 and my original Chainsaw.
I tell you what's grinding my gears. This iPhone shit. Who cares, man? Okay, it's great, you're going to get one and all that, but, like, to spend as much time and excitement about a fucking phone? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I never will.